What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. And y'all, it's Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out today. I cannot wait to play it. And surprisingly, I don't know since when GameStop's hours have changed in my area. Like when I used to work at GameStop, we would open at like maybe 8, 9 o'clock ish. And we wouldn't close during the week till like 8 or 9, 10. And then on the weekends, Sundays, we'd close a little bit earlier at like 7. Man, I went there yesterday, dude, and they don't open till 12 a.m. and they close at 7 p.m. So, man, it's crazy. The digital gaming landscape is hurting GameStop hour-wise. But I have to digress. Guys, Assassin's Creed Shadows has been getting so much, in my opinion, unnecessary slack. Now, as far as the game goes with the holy sites, the religious sites and stuff like that, being able to quote unquote vandalize them in the game, like for me personally, it doesn't bother me. But the nation of Japan, it does. And my thing with that is ban the game. Like, why are you even debating this? Just ban the game in your country, okay? Because as far as the Western world, at the end of the day, like for me, it's a video game. Would I really go and touch something religious that is held under high reverence? Would I go vandalize something religious that's held under high reverence? No, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, this is a video game. But Japan, as a nation, as a country, and their heritage, the Japanese people, they have every single right to be upset. So you have to ask yourself, okay, they're upset about this. What's the solution? The game's already out. It's not going anywhere. The solution is just to ban the game in your country. That's the only other solution I could see. Otherwise, Ubisoft would have to put out a patch to where you can't vandalize these areas. And mind you, that I don't, from what I've seen, it's not part of the mission. It's just you're in one of these religious sites, and you, like everything else in the game, can be affected by you swinging your weapon. This can too. Like most action RPG games, you can knock over crates and things like that, but there's also things that you can't touch and hit. So, Ubisoft may do a patch later to make it to where that you can't desecrate these locations and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but Japan, just ban the game. That's what you can do. But guys, what I want to talk about today, and the title of this video is maybe let me explain something. Okay, because some of y'all clicked on this video seeing the title. This has no bearing on the individual yourself, because I'm titling this video "You Choosing to Be Gay." All right, and the reason I'm titling the video that has everything to do with the game and nothing to do with reality. I'm a heterosexual male. I have gay friends. I know people that are gay, and I don't know if it's a choice. I don't know if it's something that they choose to do. I don't know if it's something that they're born with. I honestly do not care. I don't care. Like, if you're gay, that's your life. You're welcome to live it however you want. Gay people don't bother me. Like, I don't get why people are so caught up with homosexuality. Like, as long as it's like, you're not trying to get me to be gay, so I don't care what you do with your life. Everybody has enough crap to deal with in their own life than to be worried about what somebody else is choosing to do with theirs. And before you get all biblical about it, the same book of Leviticus that tells you not to lie with a man also tells you don't eat pork and shrimp and crawfish and stuff. So we can go down that rabbit hole if y'all want to, but I have to digress. I'm just explaining my title for this. You Choose to Be Gay is not talking about anyone's personal preference. It is, in fact, because people may say, oh, well, this is clickbait. No, it's not. Why am I talking about this, guys? Because in this game, a lot of controversy now because Yasuke has a potential scene, and so does the other girl, has a potential scene where they kiss somebody of the opposite or of the same sex. And in Yasuke's case, a non-binary guy. You're not seeing so much of the girl. I keep forgetting her name, Nobu. You're not seeing a lot of her stuff around. You're seeing a lot of Yasuke's stuff around, primarily because one, Yasuke was a historical figure that is stupid, because the same people that say, oh, he shouldn't be in the game, or because he's not a historical figure, are saying, oh, he's a historical figure, he shouldn't be kissing a man. I have to digress, guys. This guy has gotten a lot of hate in this game because, let's be clear, he's black. He's a black samurai. That in and of itself is controversial, even in Japan. But guys, listen to me, okay? So you're seeing something that I retweeted, and I retweeted for the purposes of this video as well. Warning for, if you want to play the canon mode in Assassin's Creed Shadows, you will miss out on many romance opportunities and cannot recruit one ally. So what does that have to do with this, guys? You're choosing to be gay. Does that make sense? In this game, they do have a canon mode, and what canon mode is, if you play canon mode, then it follows the story the way that the developers wanted it to be followed. Outside of canon mode, it leaves you open to kind of make decisions on your own and kind of affect the narrative. It's not so in depth like a Deus Ex or like a Detroit Become Human, where your choices literally affect the outcome of the game. But there are choices that you can make that can change the way some things play out in the game, as well as change how the story sort of ends. Does that make sense? And so one can literally say, and this could be a solution to Ubisoft as well for all of this pushback, or some of the pushback. I'm not saying all of it, because some people aren't pushing back, like me personally. But they could simply go in and deactivate or make it to where canon mode is always on. You know, because in canon mode, you don't have these choices. So you're looking here on the screen, okay? At new game setup, or the game setup, you have your difficulty setting, you have your guided exploration. The guided exploration, if you turn it off, you basically find your way around. I want to say Valhalla had the same thing. I'm not 100% sure. But then you have canon mode, the default experience, allowing you to influence Neo. Is it Neo? Neo? That's what I'm just saying, Neo. And Yasuke's decisions during cutscenes. Okay, so if you turn it off, then you can influence their decisions. If you turn it on, and the developers, this is on by default. If you turn it on, then you don't get all of those romance options and crap, bro. And then you have immersive mode, which I'm not 100% sure what that does. I'll figure it out when I play it. If anything, I think that the immersive mode is going to limit your UI, or it's going to limit the HUD. Does that make sense? To provide for a more immersive experience. But guys, so in order to get to the gay kissing scenes, those are choices. Number one, there's 2 layers to this. The first layer is that in order to even get to that point, you have to manually go and turn off canon mode. And it even tells you. Number 2, you have to manually choose to interact in those cutscenes. Like, you can't make this up. So people are going and turning off canon mode, and then saying, oh, wow, let me kiss this guy. And then get on the internet and complain about it. You people are the dumbest crocks of crap I have ever come to know in this world. People are so freaking stupid. It blows my mind, man. How can you knowingly go into a game and knowingly have the option to choose something different, and you choose an option to engage in and are surprised when it happens, and then go on the internet and complain about it. I understand that, yes, they didn't have to make that an option in the game, but neither did you have to choose to do it. You choose to do it twice. Because first you go through cannon mode. Like, bro, you cannot make this up, man. You can't make this up. Hey, I haven't even looked at some of the comments about it. What is immersion mode? I'll probably play got it. Immersion, they probably just limit the HUD if I'm not mistaken. How do romances work with canon mode? Are they all skipped, or can you still choose some romances? They are all skipped. You have to choose to kiss this non-binary guy. And guess what, guys? Guess what the other option is? Guess what the other romance option is for Yasuke? Spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, which I don't know how you're not already, the other option is a woman. I'll just put it like that because that ain't no spoilers. So playing as Yasuke, you have the option, if you turn canon mode off, to romance a woman in a heterosexual type relationship, albeit there's some controversy with that as well. Or you have the option to romance a non-binary guy. At the end of the day, it's your freaking choice. And people are choosing to be gay in this game and then get on Twitter and complain about it. That's crazy. Me personally, I'm going to play the canon version because I've always liked Assassin's Creed stories. Like, you know, me getting to decide how certain things play out, that's fun and all, but, you know, I'll probably play both. Me personally, though, I will probably play canon mode to start because I want to play the story the way that they wrote the story out to be played. Like, that doesn't bother me. When you play the very first Assassin's Creed, which is the one that I fell in love with, back then you didn't have choices like that. You played it the way that the game wanted you to play it, you know. So that doesn't bother me any. Now I may do a different playthrough depending on how much I enjoy the game and turn canon mode off and see what happens. Can't recruit allies. That's surprising. There is one, yes. There is one. So you can recruit allies. And recruiting allies, guys, is for your home base. You can recruit allies. And that's probably the only downside to it. But like I said, the way that the developers originally planned for this story to be written, you don't recruit allies. So me personally, I think I'm going to play with canon mode on. Like, just to enjoy the game and the experience, the way that they designed it. And then, yes, on the subsequent playthrough, probably go through and turn canon mode off, you know. Do you miss out on all the romances, or are there canon ones? I think there is just one per character instead of multiple, but we haven't fully tested it yet. That's something that they've said. If you have canon mode turned off, can you ignore any romance? Like, I don't know, people not reading. But canon mode is the best. So I'm playing canon mode. I played canon mode, 0 romances. More games should do canon mode. I mean, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. And I retweeted something as well. Let me make something very clear, since people still have an issue. Oh no, that's a political post. I do be retweeting that political post stuff as well. So this was the other one right here. It's literally an optional choice in an RPG. You do not have to be gay in the game. You made that choice and still chose to get offended. Make it make sense. Like, that is crazy. Because yes, you literally choose it. A black samurai in a relationship with a non-binary person. Like, this is the tweet, the original tweet. You know what I'm saying? And look, yeah, blank that word out. Like, this the thing that people don't get. This is an RPG. You literally made the choice to romance. It's an entirely optional interaction that you can simply say no to. Getting mad at this is on the same level as getting mad at KCD2 for having gay options as well. But here's the deal, because this reflects the world that we live in. Why? Because right now you can be gay if you want to. Now, aside from people who are just born that way, and I say that to respect those individuals, because me personally, in my mind, I feel like being gay is is a choice. But I'm not gay, so I don't know. If a gay person says that that's the way that they was born, that's the way that they have always been, then I believe that. I believe that for them. I think that some people probably are born that way. But I also think that some people do it by choice. And both are true. So with that being said, like, look right now at a heterosexual person. They are upset because somebody else chooses to be gay when they themselves it's not being forced upon them. The option is there. Does that make sense? You can go out and do some gay stuff right now or choose to be gay, but that's a choice that you making. And it's like people are mad at the world because that choice exists. But you don't see nobody complaining to God and angry at God and boycotting God because you can choose to be gay in this world. Like, does that make sense? Am I making sense on that, dude? Like, make it make sense. Are people like, I seriously think this world is full of NPCs. I would be surprised. I would be intrigued to find out how many people are actually conscious in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't make some of this stuff up, dude. Last Assassin's Creed game I ever played. Why you gotta go woke with everything? See, remember what we talked about with the woke stuff? Why is that? Woke is not a negative term, guys. You know what woke involves? Woke involves being able to make a freaking choice. Because if you're asleep, you're just going by the wayside. Perfect example is, think about this when you dream. All right? Most of the time when we dream, we just going through the motions. We don't even realize that we're dreaming because we're asleep, quote unquote, in our dreams. But any of y'all ever have lucid dreams? I have them all the time. A lucid dream is when you're fully aware that you're dreaming and you become conscious within your dream. You become conscious in your dream. Your consciousness penetrates into the dream world to where that you know that you are dreaming. And at that point in time, you are conscious and can do whatever you want. Does that make sense? And you're fully aware of those consequences and stuff like that. This is the same thing. Now people are saying, oh, why you got to go woke with everything? Woke, what? Giving people a choice? It's crazy how gamers complain about having a choice, and then you're giving choices, and then people complain about those choices. You choose to kiss a boy or as a girl. Like, that's your choice in the game. I actually like the fact that they giving people choices, because for my hetero or homosexual friends out there, they can choose to be gay in the game. And guess what? That's their choice. And you can bring up religion and all stuff that you want to, but like I said, if you're going to bring up the Bible, that same book of Leviticus tells you ain't supposed to be eating pork. You ain't supposed to be eating fish or shrimp, crabs, and stuff like that. You can eat fish. That was a misquote. In the exact same book. So let's go down that rabbit hole, because I've studied that for years, decades. So I've played every single Assassin's Creed game. Is nothing sacred. Like, look, I love this comment here. Psst, this is optional, but there's a reason y'all chose this option. Also, not woke. Around the Edo period of Japan, viewed homosexuality as a noble pursuit that was even encouraged. It's not woke. You're just uneducated. Love it. Love it. It's not the homosexuality. It's that a seemingly transgender person is a part of gameplay. There's transgender people walking around the world. Guess what? You ever heard of a hermaphrodite? Those are people who didn't go under the surgical knife to become transgender in a sense. Those are people who are born with both organs. Come on, bro. Just say you lost. You took that L. You took 2 L's. It's the choice of the player. Stop being a little whiny, you know what. You are what's wrong with games. I agree with that, bro. Now you mad. Shut up. You don't need this stuff everywhere. It's sad. It needs to be an option. It's sad it needs to be an option in the gameplay. Bro, you don't have to choose it. It's an option in life. But are you complaining about life? That's what I wonder with people, man. I don't know, y'all. It just doesn't bother me. And if it does bother you, that's fine. just don't play the game. Like, you're upset because it's in the game. If you turn on cannon mode, you never see it. Turn on cannon mode. Protect yourself. And you can still enjoy the game how you want to enjoy the game. But you're upset because other people are represented in this game, people that are in the millions in numbers in this world and has always been a part of this world. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I grew up in the Baptist church. My dad is a pastor. I used to preach for about 10 years or so before I kind of got out of the church, you know, and for reasons that I'll be more than happy to discuss in different videos. But I don't see the world the same anymore. And it's not even in a negative way, guys. I just come to realize that people have a right to be what they want to be. Like, you can say, oh, well, you're going to hell because you're gay or something like that. Like, you can tell people that, but you don't know that. You know, reading the Bible, we all going to hell because we doing all kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell somebody else what their relationship with God entails. Because people get so upset about gay people in the church while you got adulterers in the church, you got murderers in the church, you got liars and thieves and greedy people in the church. Like, you get what I'm saying, man? At the end of the day, why am I going to spend my energy trying to dictate and care about what somebody else is doing with their life? Now, I get it. If somebody's going around being a serial killer, yeah, that's different because you're affecting other people's lives. But somebody being gay and keeping their gayness to themselves and the people that want to be gay with and not saying, hey, Andre, come be gay with us. Like, bro, that if they're not doing that, that doesn't bother me. And guess what? If somebody did come up and ask me, I'd just be like, nah, I'm good. Like, that's not me. I don't do that. I'm not going to be, oh my gosh, your gayness is poisoning me. Like, bro, stop, man. Realistically, stop. At the end of the day, people can get upset with what they want to, but just don't buy the game. Boycott it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't bought Madden in a year. Why? Because I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get mad at people who do like it. I'm not bashing EA for it. Y'all can see. I can see now why Ubisoft put the lawyer system thing into play, because this is a very controversial move in gaming. And it's kind of cool to see, honestly. Like, think about this. I'm gonna tell you how stupid this is. There are games, and old Assassin's Creed games, where you can beat up the Pope. There are games where you can summon demons to kill people. There are games such as Grand Theft Auto where I can drive around and annihilate innocent people. But this is what we're outraged about. This is what we're outraged about. Like, there are games. Christian people who go to church are playing games. I myself have played games where you can summon demons. Where you literally... Dante's Inferno was a very fun game, by the way. They need to do a remaster. Can we get a remaster of Dante's Inferno? Because that game was dope. Anyway, where you go to the different layers of hell. Games where you're fighting demons and things like that, where you are an evil demon and you're killing people. Nobody is outraged with any of that. But oh my God, you put an optional thing in a video game and people lose their shit. That is crazy. That is crazy. I am never buying Assassin's Creed again. So what, bro? So what? This is stupid, bro. I'm gonna tell you what, I bet you the gay community, the LGBTQ community, they'll probably buy this game just because that option is there, even if they don't play it, just to support Ubisoft, because this is a bold move, man. And I'm not even mad at this move by Ubisoft, because number one, it's optional. I can understand if it wasn't optional, but it's optional. You don't even have to see it. But for them to give people that option, you know, it's inclusion. It's inclusion. At the end of the day, it's inclusion. You know, gay people ain't going nowhere. I don't see a problem with them being represented in games. More to me when it's a choice. And this is a choice, people. You have to choose. You have to go through some layers to get to that. You control the buttons you press. Bam, right there. Look at that. Shout out to Doom. Shout out to Doom. That's the official account, man. Shout out to Doom for that. But actually, I don't even know if this was a tweet in reference to that. It could have just been something about their game. But it's true, man. Look at this right here. The fact that it's even available is disgusting. Like, bro. It's a video game. Guess what, brother? I hate to break it to you, but it's available in real life. Are you complaining to God about it? You know what I'm saying? Gay options mean the character is gay. That's all there is as far as hetero men perceive present player characters. So now the game has to sell a straight guy a gay experience. It's different in a creator character game because then you're playing as your authored PC, not there. This I'm gonna look at this stupid. This is a stupid comment, bro. Gay options means the character is gay. Okay. Being gay is an option in real life. Does that mean that you're gay because you have an option to be gay? Logic, man, logic. Just because it's an option doesn't mean that the character itself is gay. It is optional to make him gay because he is because the character has choice. You are a real life person and you have the option to be gay. I can go and do gay stuff right now. That doesn't make me gay because I have an option to do it. Now, if I go and do it, or if I want to do it, even desiring it in my heart, then yeah. But right now, I can go and do it. Does that make me gay? No. Why? Because I don't want to do it. I have no interest in wanting to do it. Now, if you have an interest in wanting to do it and you go and do it, that's different. But by that logic, bro, people, man, I'm not saying it get under your skin. It's just the reality of the straight condition. Think about it. People are cool with Mass Effect's Shep since he's a creator character, but not with Henry's exceptional team switch. It's just different. I don't know, man. False. In Skyrim, you could also romance the same-sex companion and be gay, entirely optional, and the game is still fun as heck. You're a loser looking for something to be mad about. Yeah, I know that in Skyrim you could. I wanted to say in Mass Effect you could too, man. You have gay options. There's nothing physically stopping you from going out and flirting with people of the same gender. I guess you're gay now, man. The comment section never fails, bro. Like, I swear. You see some stuff, and the first thing that comes to mind now is, I gotta go to the comment section. The comments... Gay options mean the character is gay. We have to stop trying to debate with people who thought crazy, dumb, prepositions. That's not how RPGs with branching paths work. No, it does not. In Cyberpunk 2077, there are females and male love interests. You choose who do you want. So the game is giving you a choice, and it's like, oh, I'm drawn to the gayness. It's probably because you gay, bro. I don't know. Dude, this is crazy, man. It's kind of laughable, but it's disappointing at the same time. I look at these comments. That was the one I clicked on earlier. See, you cussing at people and stuff. That's crazy. You should be used to optional romances by now. I'm talking specifically about there being a transgender person. I don't know if he's transgender. They said non-binary. Either way, like, who cares? It's a choice to get in a romance with him at the end of the day. It's an optional dialogue. You literally don't have to do it. It's just optional inclusion, which is smart for the game developers to do. I agree. I get diversifying. But anytime they say but, that nullifies everything else in front of it. I get diversifying, but it's sad they can't just make a great game and feel they have to include it. This is so. It's sad you care. Pathetic. You don't. If you can't say I get diversifying and then say it's sad to include it into a great game. especially when it's optional. You don't even have to see. If you put on canon mode, you don't even have to see that part. But let's say you take canon mode off. Guess what? The decisions you make, you still don't have to see it. So it only exists if you make it exist. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. I ought to just start a series on the channel, y'all, where I just go through and start just going through comments, bro. Comments are so freaking hilarious. Oh, shut up, you loser. Look at this. You saying that to a guy. That's very homosexual of you. Look at that right there, man. That is hilarious, man. Ratioed right there. Boom. And the truth comes out. I'm telling you, bro, I freaking love the comment section, dude. I don't care what y'all saying. I don't care. I am going to start a series on the channel called Let's Look at the Comments. Reacting to comments, guys. We are going to look at different topics, and we are just going to go through and look at the comments because people are awesome, dude. People are awesome. Look that. I hope this video don't get demonetized. That is funny, dude. And the truth comes out. That's funny. Good luck on coming out of the closet. Oh, man. That is funny, dude. Oh, man. Oh, no. They lost your support. Oh, that boy thought he ate, man. He thought he ate. I need to see this. You control the buttons you press. Like, I need to see where Doom, was they commenting on that, or is that somebody that just... Because I think you could just retweet that, but you could beat up a pope and crawl all over Zeus's balls. So I'm going to assume sacred is not a core mission statement for Ubisoft. And here's the deal. The whole thing about the religious sites, like I said before, guys, that's something that you choose to do. And so, like, beating up the pope, if Catholics wanted to get upset about that, they could. And they're justified. Guess what? You don't have to buy it. You don't have to play it. You can't say, oh, we don't need to put that in a game, because people can beat up a pope now if they want to, I guess. I mean, there's consequences to it, but, you know, and at that point, you're getting into dangerous territory, because then you get the government involved in games, and they're going to start limiting what you're able to do in video games. For example, Grand Theft Auto will cease to exist. Because they're going to say, oh, because you can drive around and do this stuff, do illegal stuff in a video game, you know, we don't want people doing that in real life, so ban the game, which was a thing at a time. They did talk about that kind of stuff. But then, okay, what about games like Need for Speed that aren't violent, but you can illegally speed? You know what I'm saying? And at some point in time, like, you know, you can't police that stuff. If they have a problem with it culturally, that is 100% viable for them. And my solution to that is Japan. Just ban the game. If you ban it, then you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You're sending the message that this isn't acceptable, you know. But then I also get it from the other side, is that what they're saying is that this game is very popular in the Western world, and we don't want the Western world to view our culture in a negative light or think that that's okay. Okay, so put out a statement. Because me knowing this, I love anime. Anime is amazing. And there's a lot of Japanese video games that are great, as well as Chinese games. And I know that that's not okay. While I can just slice my sword and tear it up, in real life, I would never do anything like that. I wouldn't even think to do anything like that. You know what? Does that make sense? Like, it's a video game. But then I guess, too, they may say, well, if you'll do it in a video game, you'll do it in real life. No, that's not true at all. You know, I guess you do it in a video game because, you know, it's a video game. It's not real. You're not really doing it. There's no real consequences. But I can get it. I get where people come from with that part. You're right. Nothing is sacred anymore. More goat orgies with, oh, man. Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Less, historical That's funny. Less N-words. Historically inaccurate black man samurai. Man, I love the times when I drove Da Vinci's tanks and beat up the Pope with his magic staff. Like, yeah, and that's my thing. Have you played Assassin's Creed games before, dog? Because they all have some historical elements. I think even in Assassin's Creed 3, George Washington is like made out to be an evil bad guy. Like, you know, could have been true. I don't know. You claim to play every single game, but still fail to understand nothing is true. Everything is permitted. They chose the gay romance options. Clearly, they wanted to see it that badly. It's a choice, bro. You don't like it, don't pick it. That's simple, guys. Where other men, this is a quote. I don't read this one. I hadn't seen this one. Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember nothing is true. Where other men are limited by morality or law, remember everything is permitted. Maybe you played every single AC game, but didn't understood their meanings. That's deep. That's deep. You know you can be gay in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla too, right? That is true. In Valhalla, you can. That is true. That is true. All right. So y'all get the gist of all of this. Okay. You choose to be gay in this game. So if you click on that stuff and you make that a choice, like that's on you, dude. That is on you. That it is clearly on you at the end of the day. So man, my Twitter is wild. It's a lot of political stuff going on too. That man, we could talk about that stuff too, because have some healthy debates on that. But let me know what y'all think, man. I'm still gonna get Assassin's Creed as soon as GameStop open and I can go trade in some games and get it, because I love the Assassin's Creed games. And like I said, I don't know yet if I'm gonna play on canon mode or if I'm gonna play on uncanon mode, because I do like being able to make choices that dictate the outcome of the game. But from what I've heard, it doesn't, they didn't do a good job of fleshing out the game as far as those choices that you make, if that makes sense. Not like it's not like other games that have kind of perfected that art where you can make a decision and the outcome of the game completely changes, like your Baldur's Gates and stuff like that. It's not that in depth. And so rather than have that bad experience, I don't know, man. I think I'm going to just, but then I don't know because I don't know what the story is. So it doesn't hurt to play with canon mode off. We'll see, man. I'll just go with what I want to go with in that moment, because I do want to be able to make decisions. I think that would be really cool. We'll see. But anyway, that's all I got for right now, man. I'm gonna get off my little ranting chair right there. Till next time, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.